All right, guys, the watch list for Friday, November 4th. We got the SPY now. We got another red day. We are hitting the 200 day, so it's really interesting for a bounce going into the weekend, but we'll see. I take everything on a case by case. I'm a day trader. I do not hold overnight. So I'll tell you what, and I told our members this in the chat room today, it is super important at this time to recognize the big picture. We have the biggest election in most of our lifetimes coming up on Tuesday. The market hates uncertainty. I've been saying this in many videos. And so, no matter, I pointed out in chat today, this was Brexit right here. Okay, so it looked like the end of the world, right? It looked like the end of the world back in June. When Great Britain exits the European Union, everything's going to fall apart all over the world. And what about 2 weeks later, we're all-time highs. So no matter what happens, it'll almost be nice if there's some sort of massive, and I have no idea which candidate is winning is going to cause which reaction or whatever. I don't even try to predict it anymore. It's just goofy. But if you do get some kind of big reaction one way or the other, then you know what? Then the market's breaking free, and then we can have some nice volatility and hopefully some nice trades. Okay. So, but until then, because of the uncertainty, my only goal is to come out of the other side of this election with all of my capital that I have now, and hopefully a little bit more, right? I'm grinding my account every day a little bit higher. I am not trying to hit it big because I recognize the bigger picture, okay? So the important thing is keep your powder dry and be ready to trade for some good setups on the other side of this, okay? So that's my best advice right now. I'm taking a couple trades. If I can hit my daily goal in the morning, I am walking away, all right? Because I just don't want to. I don't want to try to trade this environment with any kind of size or anything like that. So, okay. Having said all that, I do like the fact that we are 3 days down after breaking support into the 200 day for the SPY. So I'm really thinking bounce tomorrow, but again, doesn't matter. We'll take it on a case by case basis. Excuse me. So lumber liquidators just goes back on watch LL. It seems to be finding buyers down here at the 200 day. So this one might just bounce back up tomorrow. Again, I always watch these looking for an intraday setup. NSPR. This doesn't look that pretty, but you did have a 3-day spike here to 387. All right, and then you had this massive volume spike, 3 sessions ago that went to 439. And now you're a couple days lower. I actually like the red candle, right? Because now it's going to look like a bargain. If it's going to turn tomorrow, it could get a nice pop, right? So we're not chasing it near the highs of that. We've got a nice clean pullback to the 20-day. So this is a pretty good candidate for a turn back up tomorrow. VRX had this massive move from 1810 to 2430. All right. And then now you've got 2 days lower on declining volume. It hasn't completely round tripped. Certainly like to see this one turn back up tomorrow, but could get another little mini short squeeze tomorrow, so I want to watch that one. Tesla, just another red day. Again, sitting at support. The longer it kind of hangs out down in this area, though, the more apt it is to lose support and break down. But at the same time, because it's 4 or 5 days in a row where it hasn't broken a previous day's high, and it is holding on to support, if the market gets any support tomorrow, any kind of bounce, this is a good candidate for a decent little relief bounce. So I like Tesla here. CTL, just another red day, right? Had it on watch today and just another red day. No trades in it. Let's look, see if we can see. I mean, a really interesting area would be 22 because that's where it bounced off of back in the weakness of January. And it's come pretty far. So I'd actually love to see this thing flush down to 22. I'd be looking to get in kind of big with a proper intraday setup around that area. We don't know if that's going to happen, but it's worth watching. OIIM, possible third day play. You had the big move here. Inside day on much lower volume. We might get a third day move back higher, so I want to watch that one. CCJ, after the big day, sold off a bit, but then found support at that $8 area and right back up. Okay, so this one might just have a nice pop tomorrow. And then lastly, TCCO. Crazy move back here. Little attempt at a move back here, then a gap up that went up and failed pretty quickly. Nice support down in this area, and then a gap up today that closed nicely above its open. So we could have a follow-through day tomorrow on that one. I'm going to keep this short tonight. I'm tired. It's late. It's been a long day. I like to show a couple highlights from each day. So real quick, DPLO. I got to share this with you. Man, I can't type. I told you I'm tired. Oki called this one on the gap down this morning, just using 1-minute candles. Just call this in a 1-minute buy setup, right? So you get the huge gap down, sellers come in, Oki called it long over this candle, stop below this candle, and Huge move. What a great call by Oki. He is so much fun to have in the room. Um, and then also, I called early SKLN. Had a huge move yesterday. Then today it sells off, but then gets his pop. I'll zoom in so you can see it better. So then gets his pop. Didn't take out the highs, and I wouldn't have really wanted it to after a quick move like this. You want some consolidation first. So then it kind of flags, and I called it long, like right, if it gets right here. 324, whoops, 324, 325, I think something like that was my call. Looking for that little flag break to take us through the high of day and then volume to come in because of the move yesterday. It's exactly what happened. And this doesn't look like much, but it went from that 326 to 365. Really nice percentage gain, over 10% in about 5 to 10 minutes. I got my daily goal just on this little move right here. I didn't even get Oki's call. I was watching something else, but so there's a couple examples, some calls in the chat room. And again, I got my daily goal and walked away. And actually, if you follow me on Twitter, I went to a Harley dealer and bought a Softail today. So if you follow me on Twitter, I can't remember exactly what I wrote, but I'm going to try to find it and read it real quick here. Okay, here was my tweet along with the picture of the bike. The division in this country has been so stressful that I decided to do something nice for somebody to relieve stress. So I bought this for me. All right, let's slide it over. So that's what I bought. All right, that's it. Enough. But hey, I think that's a good idea. If this election and everything's stressing you out, why not reward yourself, right? Go out and do something nice for yourself. It literally, I know it sounds like I was kind of kidding around, but this is literally why I did it. Just I felt like after all this division in the country, I deserve a Harley. Why not, right? Okay, have a good night. We'll talk to you tomorrow.